Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having an open casket.
Yeah.
I got him flowers of a different kind for every letter of his name. Setunias, olives, and magnolias.
Magnolias?
He would have loved how real those were.
And I just want to say that he was a complicated man.
He was.
And he ran with the wrong crowd, including me.
I hated that podcast. Things have been very rough for women these last 5 years.
And as a man, let me just say, my bad.
That means the world to me.
But I didn't just come here to pay my respects. Guys, Mrs. Sam, I wasn't there the day Sam died. That wasn't me.
What?
I was at Gold's Gym.
Why weren't you at Vasa?
Well, I bounce back and forth because there's different chicks at different times that I don't care about.
So then, who was that guy that looked just like you?
Wait, did he look just like me?
He looked just like
And
you.
did he talk just like me, but a little different?
You're having a whole conversation. I'm gonna go.
Is it okay if we do it in front of him?
He would have loved that. But just to make it appropriate, here's a microphone.
One last podcast.
One last podcast. Going off the air. Sure, we said lots of words, but did we really care? We had lots of sponsors, so many brand deals, but we should have focused on our feels. One last podcast.
When I look at his dead body, I can almost hear what he would want to say. One last podcast.
One last podcast.
One last podcast.
One last podcast.
One last podcast. One last podcast.
I'm back for just one day. Guys, we were wrong about women. We were wrong about us. We have to tell everyone what it is that we really want. I just want flowers, fresh from the field. Give me the bounty Mother Earth can yield. Daisies, petunias, lilies, roses. You don't know what emotions they poses.
I wanna go to a pottery class, even if it feels crazy. I wanna get that movement from Patrick Swayze.
I want something, though I'm afraid to say it, dude. All I have wanted this whole time, my bro, is you.
One last podcast.
One last podcast. One last podcast.
Now we're telling the truth.
I've been saving this for as long as I live. It's a really late Valentine's gift, but it's flowers for you. One last podcast.
One last podcast.
I'm ascending back to heaven.
One last podcast.
Remember to always be honest about what it is you really want, and don't just assume the other person should know.
Quick, boss, let's go in here. Oh, wait, he's already going to heaven. Okay.
How? And you, boss man, be honest about what it is you really want in front of all these people. Bare your soul to us.
maybe fill the hole in here.
Catch! I want to go back to that tree and tell that woman what she really means to me. And if I can do that, do it now. I think that there must be somehow that we can be.
One more podcast.
We can be together.
More podcast. Bring a microphone, and when you get your woman